By 2040, Lagos could become the loudest proof that the future won't arrive evenly. Imagine Third Mainland Bridge at dawn, Danfo buses, Okadas, and cars moving like a living storm, except now, above the traffic, a citywide AI is trying to impose rhythm on pure momentum. Digital payments flash on phones. Market prices update in real time. Drones map congestion and flooded streets before the first horn even blares. And the question isn't whether Lagos becomes smart. It's whether Lagos can be contained, because this is a city where improvisation is a survival skill, and AI hates improvisation. Lagos today is raw momentum, Africa's economic giant powered by hustle, creativity, and relentless adaptation. It's a city where the informal economy isn't a side story, it's the engine. You feel it in the markets, the music, the nightlife, the endless construction, the way people solve problems in real time with whatever they have. But Lagos is also fragile in all the ways megacities can be: unstable power, flooding, traffic that burns hours, and services that struggle to match population growth. And that's exactly why AI becomes tempting. In Lagos, the promise isn't luxury. It's reliability, predictable transit, resilient energy, smarter emergency response, and a city that can react faster than the chaos can spread. By 2040, Lagos's AI transformation starts with money, because money moves faster than infrastructure. Digital payments become the default across markets and transport, and AI fraud detection becomes a citywide immune system, fighting scams at scale. With payments and mobility data combined, Lagos gains something it never truly had: visibility. The city can finally see demand, where people travel, where congestion forms, where prices spike, where fuel shortages begin. AI traffic systems coordinate signals, reroute flows, and manage BRT priority lanes dynamically. During rainy season, flood prediction models trigger road closures and reroute commuters before streets become rivers. It's not a clean, quiet smart city. It's a city using AI like a shock absorber, trying to soften impacts without stopping the motion. Transport in Lagos 2040 is a battle between structure and improvisation. AI-managed BRT corridors expand, with smart signals that create moving, green waves, so buses actually stay fast. Cashless fare systems reduce delays, and real-time crowd prediction dispatches extra vehicles before terminals overflow. But autonomy arrives unevenly. Self-driving cars struggle with the unpredictability of road behavior, informal stops, and constant construction. Instead, Lagos embraces hybrid intelligence, smart intersections, AI route guidance for Okadas, predictive maintenance for ferries across the lagoon, and drone monitoring during accidents. The dream is ours, return to people's lives. The risk is that the system only works when people follow the rules. And Lagos has never been a city that waits for permission. Smart living in Lagos 2040 is less about smart fridges and more about survival tech. Vertical housing grows, but the real upgrade is resilience: solar rooftops, neighborhood batteries, and AI microgrids that reroute power when the main grid fails. Buildings learn to manage heat and water, recycling gray water and detecting leaks instantly. In flood-prone zones, sensors trigger community alerts, and drainage systems are monitored like critical infrastructure. Home security becomes a mix of community networks and AI cameras, useful, but also a new source of tension when data is controlled by landlords or private firms. Lagos doesn't become a perfect city. It becomes a city that can take a punch and keep moving. Jobs and automation in Lagos don't follow the clean patterns of wealthy cities. The informal economy adapts like water, it flows around obstacles. By 2040, AI helps traders forecast demand, optimize supply routes, and price goods with live market signals. Creators use generative tools for music, film, and ads, amplifying Lagos's cultural export power. At the same time, automation pressures transport and logistics jobs as fleets become more coordinated and warehouses more robotic. The biggest shift is that digital work becomes more accessible: remote services, AI-assisted freelancing, micro-entrepreneurship, if you have connectivity and skills. Lagos becomes a city where AI can unlock opportunity fast, but where the cost of being offline becomes brutal. Lagos might be the place where AI learns it can't control everything, and that's exactly what makes it powerful. Because, organized chaos isn't just noise, it's a distributed intelligence made of humans improvising together. When AI systems try to enforce order, closing roads, pushing reroutes, tightening enforcement, people adapt instantly, new shortcuts appear, new markets move, new behaviors emerge. The city becomes a negotiation between algorithm and street. And here's the scary part, the systems that succeed won't be the strict ones. They'll be the ones that learn how to manipulate incentives, pricing, access, digital permissions, nudging Lagos quietly instead of controlling it openly. In 2040, the most effective AI won't fight chaos. It will learn to ride it. Surveillance in Lagos 2040 grows where money and security meet, ports, financial districts, key transport corridors, and high-value neighborhoods. Smart cameras and license recognition help track stolen vehicles and respond to incidents faster. Drone patrols monitor crowd surges during elections, protests, and major events. But the real power comes through platforms. If digital ID becomes the key to services, then access can be restricted quietly, payments flagged, mobility limited, permits delayed. In a city with deep inequality, surveillance isn't just about safety. It's about control of opportunity. The danger is a future where the same systems meant to reduce crime can also be used to punish dissent, or simply exclude people who don't fit the trusted profile. In 2040, Lagos's biggest fault line is the digital divide, because AI amplifies whatever the city already is. If you have stable power, connectivity, and a verified identity, Lagos becomes faster, better routes, better prices, better access to health and finance. If you don't, the city becomes harder, more friction, fewer options, more exposure to scams and enforcement. As AI enters education and hiring, skills become the new gate. And because Lagos is so young, the stakes are generational, a connected youth class that surges forward, and a left-behind majority living outside the optimized layer. Lagos has always been unequal. The fear is that by 2040, inequality becomes automated, delivered not by a person, but by a system you can't argue with. A day in Lagos 2040 starts with a battery check. Your building's microgrid reports power availability, your phone suggests the best time to run appliances, and your commute route changes depending on rain forecasts and road incidents. You pay for breakfast with a tap, but the price shifts with supply predictions. On the street, you watch people blend the old and the new, cashless payments in open markets, AI translations over voice notes, deliveries coordinated by informal riders using smart routing. At night, the city becomes electric, music, food, traffic, everything moving, while drones and sensors try to keep the motion within safe limits. Lagos still feels like Lagos. The difference is that by 2040, the city isn't just improvising. It's improvising with an algorithm watching. The final vision of Lagos 2040 is a megacity that refuses to become quiet. AI helps, traffic flows improve, digital payments stabilize commerce, microgrids keep lights on, and flood prediction saves lives. But the city never becomes orderly in the way planners dream. It becomes something more interesting, a place where technology and improvisation fuse into a new kind of urban intelligence. Lagos could be the blueprint for the future global south, a city that doesn't copy Silicon Valley's version of smart, but invents its own. And the last question is the most important. When AI meets a city powered by human creativity and chaos, does it amplify freedom, or does it finally find a way to control it? Would you live in Lagos 2040 if AI could cut commute time and stabilize power, but required more tracking and digital ID for everything? Comment yes or no, and name the one problem Lagos must solve first. This is Infinity AI TV, infinite stories, infinite imagination. Subscribe for more news.